weak core. So, if you're one of those moms who always have a neck or a back pain that's persistent, it's always in the background, it just doesn't go away despite medication, exercises, pain relief gels, hot packs, cold packs, etc. Basically, if you've tried everything under the sun and your spinal, that is your neck and back pain, just doesn't go away, it can be an indication that you have weak core muscles. So let's discuss what are the signs of a weak core. And this is one of the signs. I'll explain it further in this video. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. So basically, I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs manage the aches and pains and discomforts that come with their motherhood journey. What that means is if you have spinal, that is back, neck, or joint pains that started during your pregnancy, childbirth, or the earlier toddler years, I help you manage these with simple exercises, easy lifestyle changes, hacks, tips, and tricks. Now, as moms, I know we are busy people. Sometimes these aches and pains get swept under the carpet. However, you might have this, for example, a neck pain that's always persistently in the background, and you feel like whatever I do, it just doesn't go away 100%. Now, it is possible that there are other reasons for this neck pain being persistent, but one of the commonest reason is that you have weakness in your core muscles. So let me just address what are core muscles very quickly, and then and then we'll move on to the reason of why this symptom. This is one of the signs of a weak core. So core muscles are the deepest layer of muscles that are present in your body. We are talking as deep as the spine. Now, the superficial muscles that you see on the surface of the body, these are the movement muscles. These are the ones that create the torque or movement. For example, if I'm moving my hands, these are the movement muscles. Whereas at the same time as when I'm moving my hand, my the stabilizer or the core muscles, they're also known as stabilizer muscles because they stabilize the spine, are working in the background. Now, these stabilizer muscles are really deep inside, you cannot see them, however they're always active. Now, what happens is if these core muscles or these stabilizer muscles are weak, they're not able to stabilize the spine when I'm doing, for example, my neck movements. Now, I got to move my neck around, it is just not possible unless you put it in like a hard collar, that you don't do any neck movements in your day-to-day activities, whether you're driving, whether you are talking, whether you are with your kids, housework, emails, meetings, travel, etc., etc. I mean, the list of work for moms is endless, right? So whenever you're doing this, you're using your neck all the time. However, it doesn't have that stability, that sort of stabilization that your core muscles should be providing to your neck. So obviously, the consequences is that you tend to get neck pain. So the same. Reasoning applies to your lumbar spine. So that's the reason you get this back pain. Now, it might be a full blown back or neck pain, but most of the times, if you have done exercises and rehabilitation and you have taken the steps to manage these neck and back pains, the core muscle component of it, the weakness in the core muscle component, is usually seen as that as the as the background nagging neck or back pain. So this is one of the signs of a weak core. Now, what are the other signs? The other one is that when you have a weakness in your core muscles, you tend to have a a poor posture. Now, again, the same analogy as your spinal pain. When you have these core muscles that are weak, they're not able to stabilize your spine. And these are the muscles that are supposed to be switched on all the time. They are the ones that will hold your spine in a stable position so that you're able to sit upright. Now, they work in conjunction with your movement muscles, the superficial muscles. However, when the weakness is present in the core muscles, your superficial muscles have to take the maximum load of keeping your spine in a erect posture, in a good posture. However, your movement muscles actually are not meant to be switched on or activated all the time. So after a while of correcting your posture, you tend to slouch again. So the reason for a poor posture, or when you are sitting in a good posture and after a while you slouch or slump again, this is one of the reasons of a weak sorry one of the signs, and the reason why this is one of the signs of a weak core, and that is the reason why it's happening. So if you want to get into the details of how a weak core can cause a poor posture, I recently did a video on that, so you can go to my YouTube channel and have a look there. Or if you just type my name into YouTube, Swati Prakash, and then type a weak core or poor posture, you'll come up with a couple of videos and you'll be able to see it there. All right. So your third sign is that when you are getting up from the chair, you are one of those who are using the armrest on the chair to support yourself or prop yourself off the chair. Now this happens when you have a weak core, because you're not able to get that sort of movement, that sort of stabilization, sorry, you're not able to get that sort of stabilization in your spine, so your movement muscles have to create that extra torque, that extra movement, and this holding on to the armrest of the chair will actually help. Now, for this one specifically, I want to tell you that there is a high possibility that it might be weakness in your glutes, in your hamstrings, etc., in your extensor chain muscles. However, a weak core can also contribute to this sign where you have to hold on to the armrest of the chair in order to get up. Now, the fourth and the final sign of a weak core that I'm going to address in this video, of course, there are many more, but the common one is that you have balance issues. Now, if you're one of those who feel a loss of balance, or if you are one of those who trip over quite frequently and you do have a spinal or a back issue or starting to get back pain, you can relate it back to a weak core. There are many other reasons why you might have a poor balance, starting from if there's some thing going on with the balance part of your brain, to a weak or an injured ankle. However, a weak core can also contribute to a poor balance, because when your core is weak, you're not able to stabilize your spine, your movement muscles are doing all the action for you, you don't have stability in the spine, and then you're trying to, say, take a jar out of a shelf, and you will feel that you are about to lose your balance, and that happens because of a weak core. So basically all these signs have the same basic fundament behind them, say, which is, if you have a weak core, you do not stabilize your spine very well, and that is why all these signs are happening. So, well, that was the four signs of a weak core. If you want to learn how to manage a weak core, as in how to strengthen your core, starting from the very basic exercises, because I know there are lots and lots of exercises out there in the online world. However, you don't want to just go straight into some exercises that are so difficult that you probably flare up your existing problems. So if you want to learn the very basics of how to strengthen your core, or if you want to learn more about your neck pain, back pain, or if you want to learn more about such reasons as to why you're getting a weakness in your core, you can join my free community. I will leave a link in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. I do free trainings every month, and a few of the trainings are posture. We have done training on neck pain, we've done training on spinal pain, etc., etc. So all that is relevant to if you have any of these signs of a weak core. Alrighty, I hope that was useful. And if you have any comments or questions for me, please drop them into the comments below, and I will address